What's up, everybody? Good morning. Hopefully, you've gotten to see and enjoy the wrestling that's happened so far this week and got to see some stuff over the weekend. It was, pretty good weekend, pretty long one. Again, if you're watching this, don't ask me. The cameras, it works for 40 minutes at a time, and then suddenly I'll just wash me out, but you'll still be able to hear me. And it's been it's a good week so far in the wrestling world, at least for me. Granted, that's because of NXT Vengeance Day, and they keep adding stuff to it, and I'll be there. And did I mention I never was in Wilkes-Barre, the place that Roman refused to say the name of, asking them to acknowledge him. They just got a Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Philadelphia, for proving my point, just like Pittsburgh and everywhere else. But first time every time I was in Wilkes-Barre, I missed the limo exploding. I missed the steel cage matches. I missed all that stuff every time I went. And this is the first time I've gone to wrestling outside of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. It's Hannah's first time ever. It's my first time since back from Iraq in '09. So it's been long overdue. Last time I was at Raw was the time when Ben Roethlisberger and the offensive line of the Steelers, were the special, the GM that night overall when they were doing that. And that was a long, long time ago. And Hannah's first time ever. I love the Spectrum Center. It's where I saw Metallica. Mom and dad drove down for that. It's just, a new meeting, and it's a bigger meeting. I've never been to a premium live event or anything. So, I'm crossing a lot of stuff off in this one. And so far, they have announced, the triple threat between Roxanne Perez, JC Jane, and Gigi Dolan for the NXT Women's Championship. We all know I'm a toxic attraction guy. So, let's see what happens. At least Hannah's going to see people that she knows, which, is good because she normally somehow pays attention to that. So that's good. I get to see Gigi, fatal four way NXT tag titles. I get to see the New Day in action. That's exciting. Pretty deadly, sadly. Gallus, I'm excited about. Whoever the fourth team is, should be really, good. NXT women's tag title match. You got Caden Carter and Katana Chance defending against Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Still weird, but hell, I'll get to see that. Wes Lee defending the North American Championship against Dijak. That's exciting. Again, like Wes Lee, glad they did sign with him after everything. And MSK had to break up. And Dijak, because again, that whole retribution thing. Whoever booked him into that and then made him stay as T-Bar, hopefully that is the guy that got, fired, put some air quotes around that. But that should be good to get Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams, sadly, against Apollo Crews in a 2 out of 3 falls match, which all of us right here can openly admit, if we are honest, we're honest little people on this Wednesday morning, that show's going to be a banger. It's going to be a great match. And then Braun Breaker versus Grayson Waller steel cage match again. I've never got to see one. They always do them when I'm not around. And that's going to look fantastic. And think that's just what's going to happen at NXT. I haven't even gotten to talk about, Raw 30, which was fantastic. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. And shout out to Kathy Kelly for, bringing it per the usual. I mean, she does every show, but thank you for that. Looking good, doing her job. And, well, anything's better than Byron Saxton. No offense to him. Now that the whistle was wet. Sort of with the beautiful disclaimer. No, it has nothing to do with profanity. We all know me. Sooner or later, it's just going to come flying out. But to all the people that complained about the show and said it was completely garbage, I don't know what you were expecting. All the people argued with me about certain parts of it. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion, so you can still do that. So I'm not going after any of you in that. But what did you expect with the 30th anniversary show and all the stuff they had announced? All the people, like they do it every time there's one. Every time there's an anniversary show, boom, there comes the whole world. And that could have been so much worse. I thought they actually did a fairly decent job with managing everything and all the spots with people, so it wasn't all of them and overly ridiculous and all of that. But you have to expect the corniness and them doing coming out there and getting time and doing their shtick. You have to be expecting that. So you shouldn't be expecting this big show. I thought for how many people they had on that show that they did a good job with it, and that they delivered. I went in there without expecting it to be this big, fancy thing. Really, the only thing I went in there hoping for was that it was as dumb as, it couldn't be. So it took as much of it out, and I thought they managed it. And I was hoping they'd have the old Raw set just because it's sitting in a warehouse in Stamford, Connecticut right now. That would have been cool just to see it one more time. None of us would have been offended. Younger people would have been confused, but none of us would have been offended at all. That was my one hope. The big one. Yeah, the corniness. It's just the name. Yeah, it comes with the territory, sadly, a lot of it. But I thought they did a lot well. And even seeing Hulk Hogan and Jimmy Hart to start the thing, Hannah was like, dear God, because the first beat, I was one of the people going, no. When his music hit, I'll admit it. It's like, damn, you knew that fast. It's Hulk Hogan. Everyone knows that music on the first beat. It's just the way it is. I'm going to say it didn't add anything, but it was nice for my deaf ears, at least. And I was there by the projector. So, I mean, like that far away from it. It didn't sound like his reception was nearly as bad as it was at WrestleMania a few years ago with Titus. And that's a plus. That didn't go over well. When you're outside, no roof and all that, and the boo is that sustained, that's a bad sign. So it was nice, to see him. And it was nice to see that, at least the reception is better and people are moving on from it. He fully deserved all those boos. I'm not getting on anyone for that. I was laughing while it was happening, going, God damn. With, her looking at me, it was like, what? They're outside and that's that loud. Dear God. So it was good to see him, not be, again, comment if he got booed at worse. Again, the projector doesn't have the nicest speakers, but like I'm literally that far away, just a couple inches. So there was that. I say the true start of the show was Roman and the Bloodline, the Sami Zayn court, thing. And I thought they did a fantastic job with that as well after having to cancel the acknowledgement ceremony because Authentica couldn't come. And then Rikishi got sick last week, I believe. So, traveling wasn't possible, which is why they scrapped it and switched everything around allegedly. Granted, you and me see the same things, all the dirt sheets. Someone says this, someone says that. That one sounds way more realistic. I'm going to go with that. And I thought for what they put together, I thought they did a great job with it. Heyman played his role well. Solo played his role well. Solo getting ready to be the executioner and Jay making the save. Done extremely well just because of where they were and saving and sparing. Sammy had his own evidence to show it, Again, they did it well. He gets to live for another day. We all know when he said, I don't want to see you again until Sunday. Sorry, Saturday. Even I screw that up. I don't want to see you until then, till your final test. We all know it's going to be something in the title match. Expected. Shocker. Oh, didn't see that one coming, I know. But all in all, they handled it well for how much time they had. And it does give us that next wrinkle because we all knew the breakup was going to come sooner or later. We're just trying to figure out who it's going to be. Is Sammy going to do it on them? Is one of the Usos going to, they leave it to where it could be, a lot of things. And, to see Jay be the one to save them, they just turned it so good. And it's been entertaining. If you don't think it's been entertaining, I'm sorry. But I enjoyed it. We got to see the Usos successfully, thank God, defend the Raw Tag titles against Judgment Day. It's nothing against Rhea. It's nothing against Finn. It's nothing against Priest. Sorry, it's a Dom thing. That's my problem with it. I do not want to see Dom be the one to dethrone the Usos after the run they've had. And just on the side, that Alpha Academy at least has been there for, this whole time. All the matches they had with the Street Profits, like someone like that should be the one to finally take the belts off of the Usos. Just my personal thing. Hell, even Finn and Damian Priest, I'd be okay with. Again, I just don't like Dom. I don't like the story. I don't like listening to Graves while they're in the ring because it's irritating and nonstop. Literally. And then it's just, they drag it in with Karrion Kross is now somehow involved talking about it on, we need to stop that. I know it. People like it, I guess. I don't personally don't know anyone. I know a lot of people that get it. I get it. I don't like it. Maybe it's just because I know people that have spent time in jail, relatives, they had to go visit through glass. So maybe I'm just offended that they're playing it off like just this terribly because I know people that have been there and it hurts my head. I don't know, but I don't like it. I'm going to say it's his in ring work, his size, like it's not believable. And that's, you say, well, you do know I know it's all choreographed. It's just a character. It's just not good to me. Sorry, I've done better acting myself. I know people that have been there. Just in holding cell. I know it. And it actually at least happens. And it just hurts my damn head. It's kind of like when Corey and Carmella was ever around. Like how it was just impossible for me to listen to him while Carmella was anywhere near, just flapping his jibs nonstop. It kind of got to that irritating level. But they put together a good match. I still don't like Sammy being able to enter when Jimmy went down with a knee. It's like the Dom and Finn thing. Didn't like it, but it did give us a good match. Get put more on between Sammy and Roman and all that by helping Jay defend the titles, and then the Rhea thing, like her screeching, like that's the only thing. Like it's just a pitch that she hits. It's fantastic, but it's one of the few high pitches that I could feel in my ears. One of the pitches really high, so maybe that's why it's tickling me. But I love her work with it so far. She's done fantastic things. I think she's been the best out of all of them, and most consistent, which is a good thing. That screech though. Yeesh. And the fact she got right up in dude's face in the ring and the ref didn't do anything, but he got Finn for jumping on the apron. Like, inconsistency and stupidity about stuff, like that. I just like consistent. If they're gonna do it, do it. Consistency helps me. Maybe blame the Marine Corps for that. But other than that, I mean, Dom ate the pin like he should, and I was just happy. Because again, no offense to Judgment Day and Dom, but Finn definitely deserves a title more than Dom, especially with how he lost the title. And Priest is long overdue for one. I just want to see. They took the titles off the Usos. I'd be okay with it just because of who they are, the matches they've put on, how long they've been around. I think they're long overdue over Dom, who got a title right away, pretty much. And well, there's guys that are super talented and way over that aren't getting any like even opportunities, let alone championships. So that's my case with that. Didn't like the poker game, but got Johnny Candice Loomis, Alundra Blaze, Rook Bradshaw Corbin. Got a lot of people on camera. We got to see the Godfather working the APA door, which was fantastic to see him back. And got to hear a damn. We got to do that, which is always entertaining and good. And hell, we saw the $1 Million Man lose all of his money in the poker tournament to Corbin, and then IRS came in and took all the money back, which was fantastic, by the way, because it got all of them in there and it fit their characters. Again, it was corny as hell, but it fit everybody, in there and gave him a spot, and it didn't kill too much time. It's just a big thing. And we got to see Loomis just standing there holding an axe, which entertains the hell out of me. The Taker segment with LA Knight and Bray Wyatt was amazing. And LA Knight did what he was good at, which is running his suck. Bray got to do his thing. And there's kind of a passing of the torch moment with whatever they said between each other. I'd like to never know. I mean, would I like to know? Yes, but if it never comes out, I'll be okay with it. They had their little moment. Hopefully, it was like a passing of the torch thing, but done very well. Got to hear a gong. Got to see the American Badass. Got to see, all that stuff without seeing him have to get, super physical and put over, Bray. And I've been digging everything he said, like he's been doing. Like I said, I think some of the Uncle Howdy stuff, he just shows up and laughs. It's kind of, a missed opportunity, but it was still really good to see all of them and done well. And he's going to be in the ring this weekend, so everyone can finally shut up. Granted, I've already seen lights out matches, but the hell do I know? Hopefully it's good. Bailey and Becky, that was probably my least enjoyed segment of the whole entire night. And I got yelled at. Well, people are trying to, a few of them, on Twitter about how, well, they're heels. It's what they're supposed to do. And believe it or not, I'm not stupid. I know they're heels, and that's what they're supposed to do. I mean, we didn't see that coming. Heels are supposed to do heel things, piss people off. I get it. But it was just, the poker and the poker. Like we had the Sammy thing, we had Hulk, no one's going to care. Then we had the thing someone cared about, then a match that was, good, but no one wanted to see Dom win. and then poker, and we had the DX thing, which took up a segment, and we had all the stuff that was supposed to, and that was going to be one of the high spots of the whole entire night. And Becky gets taken out before she even gets in the cage. They wipe the floor with her, and it's done. And it never got to happen. Like that, like I was looking for. That was the thing I was looking forward to the most, because I knew there's going to be a bunch of segments that were just dead air, meant nothing. For the legends on the anniversary to get their stuff in. And I'm okay with that. What shit? Raw 30. If you were part of it, but be there, fit them in, and carry on what storylines you can in segments that you're not using for them. And I just thought if they were gonna have that was gonna be, a really, really good segment, and they could have fit everything still in. Had they done something like that, or just not had the poker, you just had them all in the room playing poker and not go back to it at all with everyone winning. But then again, you don't get to see it, IRS, and like it's one of those. But that was a high spot. I was looking forward to that, and I'd hate to be the ring guy and all them, because it took another truck to pack that up, get it in there, get it set up, then just do that. I was just looking forward to it personally. I get the heels doing heel things, so people don't treat me like I'm fucking stupid. See, told you. I get it. It was just an opportunity for me, my opinion, for them to do something, real special there. And, Steel Cage hopefully finally end it. And now because of that, it's going to carry on. And like Dan said, we'll get to it later, but we'll probably see them intertwined at the Rumble. And then keep carrying it on, probably to Mania, which means Damage Control will be back for a little under a year and only feud of 2 people, which is terrifying, as there's 3 of them. So that's why I didn't like that. Thought it was a good chance to, do something special on the night. As it was the anniversary, that would have been really cool. For me, DX stuff, Kurt Angle was enjoyable. It's good to see Kurt. It's always good to see, Kurt whenever we can. Hunter Sean. I was hoping all the times after Imperium got to them, came out there and they all said they were retired. I was just hoping I'm an ass man was going to kick on. And we'd see Billy come down. They actually worked something out. They didn't, sadly. I was hoping. It wasn't like I was holding out my hope, but every time it kept moving, I'm like, please, please, please. And I wasn't disappointed. But that was good to see, them do that, even though we didn't get to see them. I know we were all hoping for it, but we got to see Teddy Long come out and set up a 6-man tag, because that's his thing, we all know. And then Seth and the Street Profits defeat Imperium with Kurt as a special ref. And it was a good match. Obviously, look who was involved. It protected Gunther. He didn't get pinned. And hopefully we get to see Seth and Gunther down the line, because I was like, this is going to be good. When the 2 were in there, but it was a 6-man tag. So, they only got a little bit of time to fit into the scheme of everything. So that'll be good down the road. Hopefully we get to see it, but good win for them. Again, good match. Look who all was involved. And we got to see Kurt Angle as referee. Gave everyone everything they wanted for the night. Again, I wasn't expecting fireworks. It's the 30th anniversary. They have a lot of people they need. They're trying to fit in. It's what you expect. Ric Flair introducing Charlotte. Personally, Rick doing it meant nothing to the whole, segment, but it was nice to see Rick again, just like most of them. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying if he wasn't there, the segment would have still been exactly the same. Sonya and Bianca end up in a match. Bianca obviously wins. Looking forward to her and Alexa. I must say Alexa looked good in that little segment, vignette after that match. She looked fantastic, actually. And this is, if she stays that way, it's just where she's going, where she's in between, like, all of her characters somewhere. She's not as dark with, Lily and all of that, Firefly Funhouse and all that craziness, but she's not like Little Miss Bliss and the Goddess and all that. Like, she's found a way to do it all well, and that's the best side of her, personally, her acting there. Like, we all loved her as the Goddess, even when, all of that. And hopefully, again, this is that. Hopefully. That should be a really good match, too. And we get to see Alexa do this. We haven't seen it in so long. Many people probably don't even know that she can do it or seen her really do it, because she has been a babyface for a long time. That's what I consider her stuff with Bray. So we'll see how all that works out. I think it's going to be a great match. If they actually wrestle, that'll be really good, because we all know Bianca's an athletic freak. And we all know what Alexa can do if she gets to go do it. So that'll be good. Another good Cody package happened. Excited to see him. Got to see The Miz do his shtick, eat 2 stunners, KO do his thing on the stick. show how good he is at talking, stunners along the way. And then Theory successfully defended the United States Championship against Lashley in a no disqualification match. Good match going. Brock shows up, F5, bada boom, match is done, sets them up. And hopefully that means we'll finally get to see the third one at some point. Just let them actually fight. Stop putting the first one, dumb. Second one, just as dumb. So please give them a good one. Those first two really, they did suck. Anyone can, no one can deny that, but we'll see what happens this Saturday night on Peacock. See what happens on SmackDown on Friday. A lot of things yet to come, but thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Don't forget Apple and Google Podcasts, YouTube, Rumble, Amazon Music, Good Pods, Anchor, you name it, it's there. iHeartRadio. Me and Dan will be back on Friday for Royal Rumble preview show, so be on the lookout for that. And enjoy the rest of your week of wrestling. And until next time, deuces, I'm out. Peace.